And we end the show today in Burkina Faso, where Ibrahim Traoré is making another decisive step in the name of national security. In a sweeping move, Burkina Faso's military government has reportedly dissolved 118 associations and civil society groups. The order came in an official government statement issued on Wednesday. Government officials warned that any organization failing to comply will face penalties under the law. Authorities say the crackdown is linked to a law passed in July of 2025. That legislation tightened regulations on how associations and unions operate. Officials claim the 118 groups failed to meet those requirements. Now, this is part of a wider pattern. Just last year, 21 groups had their licenses reportedly revoked and 10 others were suspended. Foreign NGOs have also been caught in the crosshairs, reportedly banned over administrative errors and data security issues. Analysts say in this new landscape, Western-backed NGOs are often viewed through a lens of suspicion. When Traore took power in 2022, promising to restore stability in Burkina Faso. And since then, the 37-year-old leader has steadily tightened control over the country. Political parties have been dissolved, public gatherings have been limited, and media platforms, along with critics, have come under pressure. These measures resonate with his recent statements, where he openly told the Burkinabe people to forget about the Western definition of democracy.
Young Africans must understand that this notion of democracy is false. It is false. It is just a stick that people hold and use against Africans and certain peoples. That is all. So we must forget the notion of democracy. We must embrace the revolutionary spirit.
Traore's remarks come as Burkina Faso is currently locked in a brutal war against terrorist groups linked to Al-Qaeda and ISIS, with reports suggesting the state has lost control of nearly 30% of its territory. The government argues that total freedom is a luxury the country cannot afford while fighting for its very existence. But critics are raising concerns. Rights groups say the more restrictions on civic space and weakens independent oversight, and there are also reports of arrests targeting journalists, pressure on unions and limits on public expression. Some accounts go further. Reports indicate that critics, including journalists and legal figures, have been detained and in some cases sent to the front lines. The United Nations Human Rights Office has warned that restricting political and civic actors may not lead in the right direction. But in Ouagadougou, the military government says that the priority remains the fight against terrorism. With more than 100 associations now dissolved, Burkina Faso is redrawing the line between security and freedom. And Ibrahim Traoré is moving to enforce stability on his own terms.